Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning oil. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, the books were opened.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Psalm 110. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn, and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kapardash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into today, all right, dealing with E, all right, is on the hot seat. Okay, and ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah is putting the pressure on the devil, man. Okay, and ultimately Esau is just going to have to come with his move. Okay, and him being called out, because I have a video I want to get into. All right, but this devil is being called out on so many different platforms to the point, he's going to eventually, restrict, all right, the internet heavily, man. Okay, to where there's no narrative that's against his narrative. All right, the devil gets closer to, establishing, attempting to establish his new world order. Okay, we're going to see, all right, the internet, come with more restrictions. And they have a lot of these, control opposition, which this video goes into Candace Owens, all right, dealing with this rabbi. But at the end of the day, we know that there's a lot of control opposition, used for the purpose, of demonizing any narrative. And ultimately, all right, the main target is the prophets. All right. That's the main target. But we know all together the devil wants to do away with any talking points, okay, that calls him out. Okay, so let's go here because this is all prophecy that we're seeing playing out. The fact that this devil, is being exposed on this level. Okay, so let's go here to the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Okay, and this devil is being revealed in this time. Okay, everything is set according to an appointed time. Us waking up, you go back to the prophecy in Revelation 11, 305 days, which goes into the 350 years. Okay, from the southern kingdom being brought over here to the states, the western hemisphere, to serve captivity. All right, with the northern kingdom going back to 1619. Okay, and leading all the way up until the time when we will be awakened. Okay, in 1969, 1970 era. Okay, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, by the way of Elder, all right, our business. Okay, so everything has an appointed time, as it says in Habakkuk 2 and 3. All right, all these visions, that our forefathers seen, they all have an appointed time. Now you go to this Revelation. All right, this devil being revealed. You go to it in the Greek.
Strong's G 601, apocalypto. Apocalypto.
All right, and it goes into to uncover, to lay open what has been veiled or covered up. Okay, and remember the scriptures say, all right, that this devil, will go forth to deceive, all right, the nations that are in the four quarters of the earth. So this man has covered up his identity, calling himself, a white man or European. No, you're an Edomite. Okay, it says to disclose, to make bare, to make known, to make manifest, to disclose, all right, what before was unknown. Okay, and for the longest, these devils have been able to go under the banner, all right, of white. That's why you say so-called white, or under the banner of European. Okay, they've been able to go under these different banners, American. No, you devils are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of, and when the Spirit, all right, through the prophets, revealed this man for who he was. All right, this is when you see this man get antsy. Okay, and he's getting tacky with how he move because there's so much coming out. Okay, as Yahweh Shai said. Okay, let's get this, and we'll go back to 2 Thessalonians. Okay, let's get this in the book of Mark. This is Mark 4:22. It says, for there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested. Going back to one of the definition of revealed. Neither was anything kept secret, but it should come abroad. So the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, okay, is dealing heavy in the earth. And this man is exposed, and this devil hates to be called out on his wickedness, man, as we're going to see. When you watch the video, this devil hates to be called out in his wickedness, man. Okay, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7 said, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Okay, and this was during the time of Edom, Rome. Okay, which what this devil is trying to establish, or he wants to establish, is an eternal Rome in the earth, man. Because we're under this new Edom Roman Empire. Okay, it says only he who now let it will let until he be taken it out of the way. So this devil will have a time to rule, because everything is based on the Lord's time. So this devil will have a time period to rule. Then he will begin to be revealed. Okay, he will begin to be called out. All right, the Lord is making inquisition of this devil to his face. You see, through the prophets. All right, and this man Esau Edom is getting ready to lose it, man. okay, and just go, all right, all out, man, to silence the prophets, to silence, any opposition, and establish this NWO. Okay, verse 8 says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets, man. And this devil's empire is being consumed, because this is an empire of lies, and it's being consumed. It's being, this empire is being made to look very silly. The things that was looked at as profound and righteous and moral, now we saying, hey, this is a foolish kingdom. This is a wicked, foolish kingdom, man. Backwards ass kingdom. Okay, so Esau is that wicked that's being revealed before he's taken out of the way, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, and that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you go here real quick. I want to get that. Matter of fact, I'll wait. I'll go ahead and go to the video, and then I got to pull this up. So this is dealing with Candace Owens. I say we believe that she's controlled, opposition. All right, but in the spirit, the Lord has these things happening, man. Okay, because they use characters like her, to play the opposition, so they can demonize. And then she's a Jake. Okay, and then she brought out, a Bible verse in the video that the elder brother Karatazak out of Vegas did. She brought out Revelation 3:9. All right, who brings that out? Okay, which you go into the context, they were speaking of wicked Jakes back then. Okay, but he could be used, all right, to cut, the madness of those small hats claiming to be us too, man. Okay, so we know it's a lot of agents, all right, but our main focus in this is watch how this devil, you can just look in this devil eyes, man. It's pure wickedness, man. Okay, Rabbi Shmuley. Okay, damn devil. So let's let this play. We'll jump around a little bit, and we're just gonna focus on his reaction when he's accused. Okay, when these devils are, whenever these devils are under pressure, and that's how we know this is Cain. All right, what did Cain say? My punishment is more than I can bear. He did the wickedness, but once he was called out, all right, he went to crying and throwing the tantrum, man. Esau, he sold the birthright, and when Jacob, supplanted him and got the blessing, okay, what did he do? He threw a tantrum. It's not he rightfully called Jacob, pretty much he was throwing the tantrum, man. Scripture say what? He wept bitterly. Okay, so just listen to how this devil reacts, man. Let's go into it. Yeah, that's right. Turn it up a little bit.
If I could just interject here, just to respond to that, I was going to say exactly what you said, Pierce. Like, Dresden was considered a Holocaust. It was, in fact, a war crime. And there should be debates about what happened in Dresden. It was absolutely horrific that a bunch of Christians were skipping off, on the eve of Ash Wednesday. And then they were quite literally reduced to ashes. It is wrong. And the fact that you are having to reference a war crime to justify what's happening in Gaza is not a point for you. It's completely awful. When people say, oh, well, look at what we did. Look at all these other horrific things we did. Why do you care about this horrible thing that's happening? I don't even understand that logic. It's completely ridiculous. Look, there is no person in good conscience who should be comfortable with the amount of death that's happening in Gaza. And yes, if you are going to correlate it to Dresden, that would be a fair comparison, except much more has been dropped on Gaza than was dropped in Dresden. So is it fair to call what's happening in Gaza a Holocaust? Is that what we're looking after when you have this nonstop onslaught? And it's completely ridiculous to say, oh, well, this is happening because of Hamas. Let's be very clear. It is happening because the Israeli government will not stop bombing them. Okay. So you had a very sympathetic audience all around the world, myself included, when October 7th happened. There was not a single person that should or could justify the terrorist act that was enacted by Hamas. But the collective punishment that is being assigned to the Gazans, the people, the Palestinians living in Gaza, is also unacceptable. And the entire world should condemn it, and it should be made to stop. And I do believe that a radical fringe has taken hold of Israel. And further evidence of that, by the way, is that we are not even allowed to critique Israel without having people like Rabbi Shmuley, which I never said he threatened to murder me, but he has threatened me for 2 years, essentially trying to bully people into their belief that they have a right.
You never said that I threatened to murder you?
Now, pay attention to how the devil moves. Now, she was bringing out all those facts, okay, but when she said that he never threatened to murder, I guess, he's supposed to make some type of threats or whatever, but either way, you see how he's going to turn the whole argument and base it on something that has nothing to do with the points that she's bringing out. And this is what these devils are the master of doing, man. Okay, serpent-like, crafty. You see, so now he's gonna try to make the talking point about allegations that she's that she said he threatened her life or whatever. But just watch how this devil interjects, okay, and switches the narrative, man. And this is what they've been able to do. But see, the spirit is driving home the same point, man. He can't, the script say he can't hide himself, man. Okay. So brother want to put that Jeremiah 49:7 and verse 10 as well. Brother want to post that. All right. Well, let's let it play some more. So she's she's speaking on what's happening in Hamas. All right, dealing with Hamas and the IDF, what's happening in Gaza. And, all those civilians being put to death by IDF military. Okay, so that's pretty much the debate, that's happening, and they're comparing it to a situation that happened during World War I or World War II when Churchill, pretty much had a lot of, German Christians, put to death, okay, in the overnight bombing. So they comparing the two. All right. And these devils will use anything to justify their wickedness, man, or to wiggle out, okay, any accountability, man. Okay.
We're going to post.
No, I never said that you threatened to murder me. Don't cut me off. I did not cut you off.
Okay. I did not cut you off. Go ahead, please.
I did not cut you off. Okay. The point is that now what's happening across America is that you have Zionist organizations that are threatening and bullying people because people are taking a stance against this act against humanity. What they're doing is inhumane in Palestine. And so what they're doing is they're saying this person should get fired. This person should lose their job. The Zionist Federation of Australia just asked for me to have my visa banned simply because I don't support what Israel is doing. And if that is what I have to pay, if ultimately what happens, I get my visa banned because Zionism has a lot of money in media, then so be it. It's less of a price than the children in Gaza are paying right now. And as a Christian, I will never support what Bibi Netanyahu is doing.
Right. And what's interesting to me, Rabbi Shmuley,
with say intentions, the skies.
Hang on. Yes, but let me just say again the question I put to you earlier. It's not just people outside Israel who are now heavily criticizing Netanyahu and his government. It is people inside Israel in massive numbers. And so my question for you is, why? Why are so many people inside Israel taking to the streets to demand that Netanyahu stop this war?
Now, listen to the devil response. Okay? Let's watch how this nigga finna lie, man. Okay? Because you have people, inside of, you got Israelis, okay? Those 48ers, all right? They're starting to protest against their own government. Okay, because it ain't that they care about, those Palestinians. It's because, you have Hezbollah doing rocket strikes, okay, in northern Israel. You have the Houthis that are disrupting, okay, the supply chain, okay, coming to the land of Israel. So that economy, you have certain businesses shutting down. So what they're doing, all right, in Gaza has a major ripple effect that's that's affecting, all right, the everyday Israeli citizen, man. Okay, so this is causing an uproar even amongst these small hats, these 48ers, their own citizens, man. Okay, so listen to why this devil say, all right, they calling for a ceasefire. All right, they calling for a ceasefire because they're starting to feel the effects of war. All right, because Iran has that what you call the axis of resistance, and it's chipping away, all right, at these small hats, and that's why you see these small hats every chance they get, they'll kill a certain official from Hezbollah, of Iran, okay, or Hamas, okay. They'll do a low blow because they're losing this war of attrition, okay, which a war of attrition is meant to pretty much to wear you down. It's a long drawn out method of war, all right, and it's meant for you to wear your opponent down, okay. And Iran is doing that, and they're doing it with proxies, okay. That's why Iran is not in no hurry to directly retaliate against these small hats because they're wearing these devils down, okay. So just listen to this nigga response, man.
No, they never said he should stop the war. They said there should be a ceasefire to release the hostages because Israel is a cult. Don't interrupt me, please, Candace. Because Israel is a culture of life. And that's why Israel got into this mess for October 7th. They traded 1,000 murderers, including Yahya Sinwar, who Israel saved at Soroka Hospital in Beersheba when he had a brain tumor. The Hamas Hitler, who's the architect of October 7th, Israel saved his life. It's a culture of life, even for Palestinian murderers. They traded 1,000 for Gilad Shalit. You remember that. And now a whole group is saying, even if it leads to another October 7th, I need my children home. I understand that. Pierce, I have 2 sons fighting in this war. I understand the dangers that are being faced. No one's saying to stop the war, not to destroy Hamas. They're saying call a ceasefire to release the hostages because of their execution. But I must respond. First of all, Candace just said that Israel dropped more bombs on Gaza than on Dresden. What's your source for that? Do you know that in Dresden, there were 1,000?
All right, and you see the devil, playing these games, trying to, circumvent the points about those small hats, pretty much protesting against their government, man. And he said that they want a ceasefire because they're a culture of love. Okay, and when you go into the history of how those devils got in there, it had nothing to do with love. But the scriptures say love worketh no evil to his neighbor. Okay, and you go into the history of how, all right, those small hats, okay, pretty much started to occupy those lands, which neither one of them should be there, but these things are playing out, for prophecy's sake. But these devils talking about their culture of love. Well, these small hats own all the industries, okay, of the world. These major corporations and industries, man. They're responsible for GMOs. They're responsible, okay, for the music industry, for the corn industry, for the trafficking of people, drugs. They're over all these things, man. But then he'll tell you that they're a culture of love. That's why they want the ceasefire. No, man. Okay, them citizens are tired. Okay, because you had 70,000 of them that had to evacuate, all right, of northern Israel because of what's happening. You got millions, of those small hats leaving. Okay, let's see if we can find millions of Israelis. See, can we find something real quick? Yep. So you got yeah, let's just go here real quick and look at some things. You see? Yeah, man, because when you make a inquisition, man, like this devil's being investigated, man. So you just pull up, I just typed in, millions of Israelis fleeing. All right. It says a 285% spike in the Israelis leaving the country, which is further proof that they are not the people. Okay. So you have, all right, the number of Israelis who left the country permanently surged 285% following October 7th. Okay. And it's, yep. And it says, let me see. Get to a point. All right. It said, despite the initial spike in departure, the trend is said to have reversed. It said between March, 30,000 Israelis left the country permanently, making a 14% decrease from the same period, previous year. Okay. So you got these different, articles. 550,000 Israelis left country during first 6 months of war. Okay, more than 500,000 Israelis left the country and did not return during the first 6 months of the Israeli-Hamas war. All right, it said end of Zionism. 2 million Jews, leave Israel forever. Okay, which they look like a video. All right, so wait a minute. I thought this was the promised land. All right, I thought this was fulfillment of prophecy. Okay, so why are these people fleeing? And this is why they're protesting, man. Okay, it has nothing to do with them being the people of peace, man. All right. Scripture say power was given him to take peace. Okay. Let's go back into this devil. And he's pretty much finna cry. All right, because he's telling her to prove that more, pretty much more explosives were used in Gaza than were used in the British, bombing Germany. Okay. So eventually she's going to prove it. And we're going to see how the devil reacts, man. Okay. Let me see if I can get to it, because he's just going to do a lot of.
We've heard the question.
Absurd.
Candace.
I'm going to respond to what you are saying. This tactic of when anybody brings up anything that Israel is doing is wrong, you get to just scream blood libel and anti-Semitism.
Don't interrupt her.
Oh my gosh, it's a blood libel. It is not a blood libel to talk about the amount of death and the tons of explosives that have been dropped on the civilians in Palestine, okay? That is not a blood libel against Jewish people.
This
is such a nasty and perverted tactic,
what is your source?
Which essentially says I don't have to debate anymore because I get to just call everybody a person who's accusing me of blood libels. Okay, truly, what is happening right now is that the blood of Palestinians is being shed. Okay, that is not a libel against the Jews. That is a fact and a reality against Bibi Netanyahu and this government, which has gone extreme in their response to October 7th. So stop this tactic.
Understood. Pierce, can I now have my turn again? All I asked was the source. Clearly, she has none. It was invented out of whole cloth. That's what a blood libel is. A blood libel is when Candace Owens says that the actual medieval blood libel, that Jews killed Christians and drank their blood, she actually believes that. She said, please don't interrupt me.
I will find you the source.
Says that there were Christian bodies found all over Europe. When she said that I am not trying to kill her, we will post right after this, which she said it at least on 8 occasions. That's why she's being investigated by the FBI. because you can lie about me, you can call me filth, and Pierce won't, you know, and you can call me psychotic. I've never said that about you.
This game, you're not ready for it.
But what you can't do is incite violence against my family. You have repeatedly.
So now, by her calling out the small hats for their wickedness, she's inciting violence against his family. You see, these devils, they're gonna do some hell of a reaching, man. You see? So somehow this debate turned into her inciting violence against his family, man. And this is a game that these devils play somehow, some way. Okay, as they're dropping tens of thousands of tons of bombs and artillery on civilians, somehow, some way, they're the victim, man. Okay, but see, it's getting played out. They're not able to play this role like they once did. And the world is not buying it like it once did, because the Lord is stripping this devil, man. Okay, his witchcraft is becoming weak because he's getting ready to be removed. So the Lord is allowing this man to be fully exposed, man. You know, let's keep playing.
Said I'm trying to kill you. You said the Jews killed JFK. You said if the Jews killed JFK,
you said all this earlier.
We couldn't protect the president. Okay, wait one second.
Can we get back to the debate
for a moment? No, wait. Let's just go back for a moment. No, Pierce, I have to respond to things.
Would you like a
when
source?
Candace says that it is when Candace says it is demonic.
You wanted to source some Candace.
I never got.
I
never got between.
Rabbi Shmuley, you wanted the source from Candace. I think she has one. Well, why don't you let her answer? I think she has one.
Let me fact check this source as well. So 70,000
yes, I want to see where Israel dropped more bombs on Gaza than Dresden.
70,000 tons of explosive have been dropped on the Gaza Strip. Let's see how many tons of explosives were dropped on Dresden. 1 second.
You mean she said it and now she's fact checking it? You're kidding me, right?
Well, you're asking me to give you the direct source live, and I'm going to look it up for you. So give me 1 second.
I don't have a computer on me. I don't have a computer on me. This is ridiculous.
Let her finish.
This is a cheat sheet. This is absurd.
Let her answer the question.
Go ahead.
Candace.
So 2,700 tons of bombs were dropped on Dresden in an 800 bomber air raid. And that is according to Britannica, the encyclopedia.
And what was the tonnage of bombs dropped in Gaza?
In Gaza, it was 70,000 tons of explosives were dropped in the Gaza Strip. And I got that from CNN.
Through the duration of the war today? Okay. Is that the...
So this bombing, in World War II, okay, Britain, bombed Dresden and in Germany, and they only dropped 2,700 tons of bombs. Well, so far in Gaza, they dropped 70,000, and this is mainly on civilians. So that's the point that he said she was lying about. Now, watch this devil, okay, just deny facts, man. Okay? as this debate goes on, and see, this is what we're dealing with, and he's a low-level demon, man. Okay? That's why scriptures say the spirit that is in him is not upright, man. You can't reason with him. He just has to be removed from power and put in chains, man. Okay? So let's play some more.
Is that the time scale?
Yes.
Okay. So Rabbi Shmuley,
which
that would
they're
seem
saying
to be...
has surpassed
So let's be clear.
Dresden,
so over
Hamburg, and
11
London
months, she's comparing an 11-month war to a single night in Dresden. That's clearly absurd. I'm glad that she has her cheat sheet, her computer in front of her. But notice, she made this
you called it a blood libel,
not knowing what she was talking about.
What she said, hang on. What she said, to be clear, was that the Israeli...
It's also in the New York Times.
The Israeli Defense Force had dropped more bombs on Gaza than were dropped on Dresden. That is true. Do you accept that, Rabbi Shmuley?
You know, Pierce. I find this an astonishing debate.
You asked.
Wait. First of all, first of all, I don't. Wait. What do you mean it's true? Because she said it's true?
No. Do you accept that's true?
The New York Times says it's true.
Is this a serious show? Wait. Every time I try.
All right. So, these devils, they're on the back foot, man. Okay. At the end of the day, these devils are on the back foot. All right. And they can't get around. Okay. That they're just the wicked. Okay. And then the world is getting to that point, man. You see? So, yeah, man, I just to see this devil reaction. He's just crying. Okay, the devil just crying. It's like, God damn. You see, but that's the characteristics of Esau Edom. Okay, we're gonna go to this. Let's get a couple here, because at the end of the day, the Lord is finna work a mighty work in the earth. All right, and these devils are at a major character in end time prophecy, man. Okay, these Edomites play a major role in end time prophecy. That's why they're constantly mentioned, man. Jeremiah 49:7 concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman, is counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished, man. Okay, and they've been able to be, so many steps ahead of everyone because they was able to move in secrecy, man. Okay, they was able to operate under the banner, okay, of white people. Okay, they was able to operate under the banner of democracy, republic. You see, under the banner of humanitarianism. They was able to operate under these words, but it was all falsehood, man. You see, but now these things are being revealed, okay, and the Lord is laying this man bare, okay, and he can't hide himself. As you read verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Okay, so the Lord is laying this man bare before he becomes a spoil, because he's going into captivity. Okay, we don't want reparation. No, we want you. Okay, and that's the judgment that's already written. You see, and this is what these devils are trying to dodge. Okay, you see how he dodged those questions and just deny facts? Well, he's not going to be able to do that when it comes to prophecy, man, because the scriptures say this. Okay, Revelation 13:9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. Okay, so this is what he can't get around. All right, he's not going to be able to dodge prophecy like he dodged questions, man. Okay, let's go here. Let's get this in and then get a few definitions too. But let's get this real quick. They got these terms, they can throw around, anti-sim. Okay, and then it just goes into this man's witchcraft. All right, so to get away with lying and maneuver out of being held accountable. Okay. But nah, man, the spirit got this devil pinned down to where he just gonna get to the point where he gonna spaz out, man. Okay. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 18, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, man. And the Lord is drawing nigh to this place. How about Shema Shai? Okay, is drawing nigh to this society, man. All right, and what we're seeing is the build up to the return of Yahushua. So this is why all this controversy is happening, man. This is why the E is in the hot seat. Okay, verse 19, and it will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. Okay, so there's an inquisition on this devil as his rulership is coming to an end. All right, and our captivity is coming to an end, which is the beginning of our rulership. So right before the transition, okay, as Esau is going into captivity, from rulership to captivity, and we're going from captivity to rulership, well, there will be an inquisition made of this devil, man. Okay, so let's go to this word inquisition. Oh, let's just get that definition real quick. Okay. Yeah, let's go here. Inquisition. All right. It says a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation, man. Okay, and an interrogation. All right. You see, fact finding. Okay, or say grilling, examination, and there's a heavy examination, all right, being made against this devil, man. Let's go here, because he kept saying this word blood libel. You know, that's another term, you know, blood libel. All right, and when you go into this term, you see the devil, hey, it's a spirit that's searching this devil out, man. You know, we're just vessels, but it's a spirit, all right, that just be on you to, you know, that be on brothers to go into these things, man. Every time he say something, what that mean? Because he used to just throwing terms around, nobody looking nothing up. Because see, he has dumbed society down so much, you know, when you go into the fluoride, you know, and how fluoride plays a major part, okay, and just dumbing people down. Okay, so blood libels in the Middle Ages, it said the earliest reference to blood libel charges against the small hats, okay, can be found in Hellenistic writing. It says the superstitious accusation that the Ish people ritually sacrificed Christian children at Passover to obtain blood for unleavened bread. Okay, so that's what he was saying when he was speaking of the blood libels. Okay, you know, to discredit. And that's what these devils do when they're wrong. They just go to discredit them, man. Okay, so let's play this real quick. I'm gonna jump ahead some more. All right, because you get to, you know, she get to going in on this devil. Okay, so I'm play a little more of it. Start right here. You know.
Question, and just to go back, I'm going to answer your question. I just want to make sure people are recognizing, because he said a lot of stuff there. He's not able to counter. He essentially tried to hold me to looking up the sources. We've now found the sources, and it's the BBC, it's the New York Times, and it is the Euromed Human Rights Monitor.
We have found no sources, and we'll fact check it afterward. You looked it up during the show. I'm sorry.
70,000 tons of bombs were dropped on Gaza, and per the BBC, the British aircraft dropped 4,000 tons of bombs on Dresden. So just for clarity,
in a single night, not 11 months. In a single night, correct.
Please don't cut me off. I have not cut you off. He called that a blood libel because that is a strategy, which is meant to just distract people from the truth or looking into it. So you say everything you say is a blood libel. Now, to answer your question, Piers, I think that's a very good question. And the answer for that is because the media as an entity has been basically mining Jewish pain, the history of their pain, by taking people out of context and presenting things that are as a fact that is simply untrue, things that I've never said. We are watching right now, and that's why I'm grateful for you to provide this opportunity. You are watching Rabbi Shmuley do this live, right? When we talk about yellow journalism and people that take things out of context and try to present it to people with a bunch of hysteria and go, oh my gosh, Candace said this. Oh my gosh, Candace is a Holocaust denier. Oh my gosh, he's called me all of these names, and he doesn't have a single fact in there. They just know that if they say those things, it's a trigger. It is reminiscent of exactly what was done for Black Americans for a very long time. They have now since changed their perspective on me, but for a long time, they thought that I legitimately hated being Black and hated the color of my skin because I stood against Black Lives Matter as an organization, and I stood against what Black Lives Matter was doing. And the media made them hysterical. She's a Black person who doesn't even want to be Black, and she's a Black white supremacist. They bought that narrative because when the media lies, a lot of people accept that what they're reading is true. But of course, I didn't hate Black Americans. I didn't hate anything other than
Yeah, that's the point on that, you know. But she just, you know, making points, you know, about the media, you know, which when you go to the term yellow journalism, all right, it says yellow journalism is a style of newspaper reporting that uses sensationalism and exaggeration to increase sales. Okay, and this is what these devils, and they say it ain't about sales, all right, with these elites, okay, because they don't need to, you know, sell newspaper, they own resources, okay, but for them is to control the narrative and control the minds of the people, all right, to where it looks like they're the victim, okay. First they have to be the victim, and then they can get to play the hero. You know, once this devil, you know, solidifies his victimhood in any narrative, then he's able to just jump up and play the hero through what? Through violence, man. Okay? But nah, man, that narrative is played out. Okay, and we'll end it here. Let's get this in Isaiah. All right, it's the book of Isaiah. Is it 30? Is it 33? I think it's 32. All right. Isaiah 32, and I want to get in the NLT. All right, Isaiah 32 and 6. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, in verse 5. It says, in that day, ungodly fools would not be heroes, scoundrels would not be respected. Okay, and this is what we're seeing playing out. Okay, they don't look at the small hats as the victim. You know, there's a new world view, a global view of these small hats. All right, you always gonna have a few, all right, simpletons talking about some stand with Israel. God bless Israel. You know, you're gonna have a few simpletons always, you know, sounding like robots. Okay, you know, just repeating that rhetoric. Okay, but you see, there's a global, all right, change of perspective. You know, when it comes to these small hats, man, they're not looked at as heroes and survivors. No, these people are wicked, man. These people are the devil. Okay, you see. So reading on, it says verse 5 again. It says Isaiah 32 and 5 in the NLT. In that day, ungodly fools will not be heroes, scoundrels will not be respected. All right, for fools speak foolishness and make evil plans. They practice ungodliness and spread false teachings about the Lord. Okay, saying they're the people. Okay, calling the Son Jesus. Okay, calling Messiah Jesus, and He's for all people. Man, these are false teachings because the false doctrine that everyone believes comes from these devils, man. Through Roman Catholicism, which is nothing but Satanism and paganism. Okay, it said they deprive the hungry of food and give no water to the thirsty, which they did that, you know, spiritually, but you know, they've also, all right, as you look in the earth, you have the super rich, and then you have starvation, man. Okay, it's a very unbalanced rulership. Okay, it says the smooth tricks, verse 7, the smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil. They plot crooked schemes to lie. All right, they lie to convict the poor, and these devils is just finna lie. When it comes to persecuting the church, okay, the body, they're just gonna lie. It ain't gonna be fair. Okay, they have AI now. All right, they have CGI, the deep fake. They have all type of, you know, witchcraft. This technology, because this man, all this man technology is witchcraft, man. Okay, especially the way he uses it, man. It says even when the cause of the poor is just, okay, which the cause of the elect is just, man. Because hey, we here for righteousness, man. No, we are a culture of life. Okay, not you devils, man. You're the exact opposite, man. Okay, your rulership is based on death. You know, here it is. The scriptures say, "Be fruitful and multiply." But you have a doctrine, the what they call the Methuselah doctrine. You know, where so-called too many people on the earth, so you have to, depopulate. You know, you're the opposite of life, man. All right, but we're finna see, all right, the Lord intervene, okay, on this devil, man. You see, in a major way. So it's gonna be more exposure, and it's just gonna get to the point where this devil is gonna lose it, spaz out, okay, and go for what he know, man, which is slaughter. All right, but there's gonna be a standard lifted, and ultimately Yahweh Shai is going to return in the midst of this, man. Okay, so that's the point. Lord will, you brothers, and you sisters edified. So once again, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect. Shalom.